Hello, everyone. Have you ever felt that something was missing in your life? Maybe you have a good job. Maybe you have a family who loves you. Maybe you have reached goals you once dreamed about. But deep inside, your heart still feels empty. Many people think if I make more money, I'll be happy. Others think if I find the right person, I will be satisfied. Some believe if I become successful, my life will finally have peace. But even after getting those things, many people still struggling with emptiness, confusion, and darkness in their heart. Why? Why is that? Today, I'd like to answer that question through the very first chapter of the Bible. Okay? In Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, God created heaven and the earth. Everyone, many people read this verse and think it is simply about how God made the world. But there is a deeper message here. When a musician writes a song, he doesn't create random notes. First, he has music in his heart, and then he expresses it. When an artist paints a picture, the image is already in his mind before it appears on the canvas. In the same way, before God created the heavens and earth, He first had a plan and purpose in His heart. You know, the creation story reveals God's heart. Many people believe in God and attend the church faithfully, yet not many people truly understand God's heart. When we understand God's heart, we can see what He wants to do in our lives. Let's continue reading Genesis chapter 1, verse 2. And the earth was without form, and void and darkness was upon the face of the deep. Everyone, before God created the beauty world we see today, the earth was chaotic, empty, and covered in darkness. There was no order, there was no beauty, there was no life. Interestingly, in the Bible, the earth often represents the human heart. Just as the earth in Genesis was without form and empty, many people's hearts are the same today. Outwardly, they may look successful. They may have education, money, a beautiful house, or a respected position. But inside, there is confusion. Inside, there is emptiness. Inside, there is darkness. The world offers many things that seem to satisfy us: money, success, relationships, pleasure. But after some time, the emptiness returns. Nothing in this world can completely fill the human heart. Why? Because the human heart was created for God. The amazing thing about Genesis chapter 1 is that God did not leave the earth in its chaotic condition. He spoke. He worked. He brought light into the darkness. He brought order into chaos. He filled what was empty. Flowers bloomed, trees grew, birds sang, life appeared everywhere. The earth was completely transformed by God's work. And this is exactly what God wants to do in our heart. Maybe, your heart feels confused today. Maybe you are carrying disappointment. Maybe you have been hurt by people. Perhaps someone in church disappointed you. Perhaps you prayed, but things did not go the way you expected. Even so, God has not given up on you. The same God who transformed the dark and empty world can transform your heart. When Jesus Christ begins to work in a person's heart, darkness starts to disappear. Hope begins to grow. Peace begins to enter. A new life begins. Over the years, I have seen many people change through God's work. People who were hopeless found hope. People who were broken found peace. People who were lost found direction. Not because they became stronger, but because God began working in their hearts. Everyone, today, if your heart feels chaotic, empty, or dark, I encourage you to look to God. Call upon Him. Trust Him. Depend on Him. The God who changed the earth in Genesis chapter 1 still changes hearts today. He is not only the creator of the world, He is the creator of the new heart. Thank you for joining me today on a faith journey.